Hello everyone, welcome back to Coding for Beginners, where we simplify web development one tutorial at a time. In today's video, we are going to explore Angular Material and we will learn how to use its powerful UI components which will enhance our application and give it a real feel. So by the end of this video, you'll know how to set up Angular Material, how to use its various UI components and customize them to fit into your specific projects. So let's dive in. So first off, what is Angular Material? Angular Material is just a UI component library which is made by Angular developers and it's based on Google's material design concepts. So it will provide us with a lot of well-tested and reusable UI components which we can use in our Angular applications. So using Angular Material can definitely speed up our development process and make sure that we have a professional appearance for our UI. So let's jump to VS Code and let's get started. So if you don't already have an Angular project, you can create one by going into your terminal and you can run the command ng new your Angular project name, and once you have that you can use ng serve to run it. After that we'll go into our terminal and we will install our Angular material library. So we will say ng add Angular material. So Angular material. So this command will ensure that it installs Angular material CDK and Angular animations. So once we run this, so we get one of the theme to choose. So we will go with indigo pink and we'll press enter. And now it will ask us if we want to set up global Angular material typography styles. So we'll say yes and we'll include the animations, and that's it. Now we have Angular material in our project. Now we'll go to our app module.ts file, and inside that we will make sure that we have browser animation module. So here inside the import section, you can see we already have browser animations module. So this is what we need, and we also have browser module. So once you have verified that you have got browser animation module here, next step would be going and linking your theme. So as we know, Angular material creates the basic theme, which is if we go into our angular.json file, we'll see that inside our styles, you can see that Angular material here has created a pre-built theme which is indigo pink here. So we just have to make sure that this theme is here. If it's not there, you can add it here, okay? But it should automatically create it for you. So let's get started with adding a material button and a card to see how it looks. So here I'll say import mat button module from material button and mat card module from material card. And then in my imports inside ng module, I'll have to say mat button module and mat card module, right? So now we have access to it all over our application. So inside my contact component.html, I will say mat card, and this will basically have mat card title in it. So we'll say mat card title, okay? And this title would be, for example, Angular material card, okay? And this mat card in the beginning, this would have a class called example card, and beneath mat card title we'll have mat card content as well, mat card content, like this. And inside this we can write our whatever content we want to write. So I'll just say this is a simple material card, let's add a button below, okay? And now after this content I will say mat card actions. So I'll say mat card actions, and inside this I'll have a button like our normal button, and with that button I will say mat button, okay. And with this button I want to give a color of primary. So we have primary, secondary and other colors. So we'll say primary, and here I'll say it should say click me. Now once we save this, and inside the CSS file, so inside the CSS file, we'll just have some basic styling like this. We'll say width and all the other stuff which we need, right, for the example class, this one. So now if we go to our example here, you can see that we have a beautiful Angular material here, and it says click me here. You can see the button has its own, when we hover over it, it creates a background over it, and it looks really good. So this is how easy it is to make like material cards from Angular, right? So if you go here, we already implemented mat card, right, like this, and you can see a lot of different cards here, and you can get your code from here. whatever you need, and you can just copy and paste whichever you need, and you can see the logic here as well. So according to specific things, like for example you want this specific one, then we can just go here and you can customize it according to your needs. So I'll go here, I'll replace it, okay, and inside the CSS, so inside the CSS file we'll just get some stuff, we'll paste it here, and once we go to our application, you can see that's how easy it is to implement this, and you can replace it with whatever information you need. So that's how easy it is to implement this material styling in Angular. So next we'll go and try how to implement our mat dialog box. So we also have mat dialog box here, and we'll try to implement that. Material dialog box is like a pop-up box, which is really important and we use a lot in Angular, right? For example, you can use it like as a form and other stuffs. So for that we'll go into our app module file, and inside this, inside our imports, we will create here, we will import our mat dialog. So we will say import mat dialog module. So import mat dialog module from, and we will import it from Angular material and dialog / dialog, right? Now we'll take this and we will put it inside our imports array like this. So now we have mat dialog module access all over our application. So what we'll do is we'll create a mat dialog component. So we will say here, we'll say nggc popup. So we'll call it popup component, and once we do this, it will create a popup here. So inside the popup here, we will have our h2 here, which will say this one, we will say that hello from dialog box, okay, and inside ts the selector is app popup. So now we want to load this data of this popup component, right? This popup, it's a ts file, we want to load it as a mat dialog. So we'll go into the component where we want to trigger it. So we'll go to our contact component, which is this one, and inside the button, so we have this button, right? This one, like and share. So inside this button we will put a click event, and we'll say click whenever this is called. I want you to call open dialog, and inside that, and I'll say here open dialog, okay, and whenever this method is called, we will trigger that. So in our ts file here, we will say, first of all, we will declare our constructor, and inside constructor we need to import our dialog box. So we will say public dialog, and that would be of type mat dialog, like this, okay. And now after this we will say our open dialog method, which is this open dialog, and whenever this method is clicked, we will call our dialog box. We'll say this dot dialog dot open, and we want to call that component, so which is popup component. Once we have done this, we save it and we go to back our application here, okay, and now when we click on this open dialog button, you see we have our component appearing as a pop-up, and here we can do so many things, like we can ask user for information like in the form of forms or anything else, like a text box or whatever, giving them that, sending them a message, etc. So like this, we can use so many different mat dialog components which have been provided by Angular. Only thing you need to do is you need to just go there, whatever thing you need to use, you have the code here, and it's so easy. You can just learn how to do that, copy paste, and implement it according to your specific needs. And that's it. That's how you can use Angular component to build these really beautiful UI components. So let me know in the comments if you're stuck for implementing a specific example, and I can help you in that. If you found this tutorial helpful, then please like and subscribe for more Angular content like this. I'll see you guys in the next one.